Hello, and welcome back to the Triforce Hacks podcast. This is episode 38. I had to check like usual. And Dragonlands is here, kind of, in quotation marks, because, or I think there's a little asterisk that says it's actually just on PBE, but we're going to talk about it anyways. Not all of us, but we've been playing it more or less. Hello, I'm SpicyAppies, your host, as usual. Joined by my co-hosts Riley and RamKev. Who's who today?
I am Ram Dragon D's nuts across your chin, Kev.
All right.
I guess I'm also RamKev. Yeah.
All right. So we have two Kevins today.
I had to get the dragon. I had to get the dragon joke.
There's gonna be so many dragon and these nuts jokes this whole set. It's gonna be so bad.
Oh god, we'll talk about the nicknames of units already, but like this set is too. Yeah, the nicknames are going to be nicknames. These nuts jokes are going to be fucking rampant. It's going to be amazing. Before we talk about the set, though, no guest today, by the way. Only guest is the guest in our hearts, which is maybe you joining our Patreon. Hashtag ad. I don't know what that means, but you know, do it if you want. My week's been great. I've been chilling with Maurice. Maurice the cat I talked about last week. I think I talked about Maurice last week. I'm sure I did. He's super cute. He's actually chilling right next to me right now, just laying down on the ground.
Show Maurice,
sweetheart. And he does keep us up at night a lot though, because like he just for some reason like it hits like 11 p.m. and he decides to just run around the place like crazy, and then he'll jump on us in the middle of the night and just like start kneading on our faces. We gotta we're trying to figure out how
he makes biscuits on your face. Wait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually adorable.
Biscuit, if they sounds like a euphemism for pooping on our faces, which he does not do. Thankfully, he does poop in his litter box, right? Like dropping a biscuit. Huge. I feel like people say that for animals.
I feel like I've never heard that in my life.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe it's a New England thing. I've definitely heard that. Maybe I've said that before. But yeah, PB came out. I'm playing it. Did a 24-hour stream yesterday. Still very tired. But yeah, it was super fun. I like PBE. Elise is a funny unit. We'll talk about all the units, but yeah. How you been doing, Riley?
Well, I'll say first of all, the saying that Dragonlands came out on PBE is kind of a stretch considering how bad the PBE queues and the servers are right now. It's I actually haven't touched Set7 yet because of like kind of expecting okay, there's a mad rush of people like trying to fucking play and oh my god. But yeah, everyone's trying to play and it's bad. So I'm really just not touching it. So been playing live some, getting my last like Debonair Talon games in. Also, I probably mentioned on previous episodes doing like voice training and stuff, and that's been going well. And low-key, I'm using podcasts to like test out some voice stuff. So yeah, that's why my voice is gonna sound a little bit different. I'm very much consciously thinking about it. This isn't like a habitual voice yet. But we're gonna test some stuff out. So yeah. Hi. For the audio only listeners, yeah, this is still Riley. Hi everyone.
And again, I'll say shoo. How you been, Kevin?
I've been doing okay. Yeah, so I was telling my fellow co-hosts about this and Mateo as well, our editor, but so I'm back home, which is why I'm on my laptop. You can see I got my laptop cam going.
The 5 FPS laptop cam?
Yeah, it was kind of Monka-esque because I didn't know if I'd be able to come back because, the quick fix was basically my laptop battery was bulging. Insert woo joke here. But yeah, it was causing my mouse pad to pop up, and I it was on the verge of exploding. Insert cum joke here. But yeah, no, I had to I noticed right as I was about to leave for my flight, so I had to like real quick remove the battery. And so it's just like I have this about to explode battery sitting in my room, and then I pieced, and I took this laptop with me. But
Yeah.
it was kind of Monka-esque.
Hopefully it won't explode if it's not on the computer. Like getting, you know.
Oh yeah, hopefully not. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that would be terrifying.
That wouldn't be good. It definitely would not be good. How are you liking PvE?
Oh yeah, it's been dope. Let's see. You know, queue times have been unfortunate, but you know, the games have been very cool. You know, lots of interesting stuff to talk about. You know, I think the main thing is the Yasuo, a little chibi, is probably the most important change that they've made in TFT to date.
Isn't that the one with the finisher?
It's the one with
There's
the
two.
finisher.
Yeah, the gacha one has a finisher.
Yeah, the gacha one has the gacha one has one hell of a finisher. That one is that one is legit. It makes your game pause, so you're forced to go onto the other board to look at it. Or else you're just sitting there.
That's actually really cool. Not gonna lie.
That just reminded me. There was a prediction in Soju's chat about whether he would finisher someone that game or not, and I don't know if he did. So I bet literally all my points that he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I would also.
Oh shit! I have 347,000 points now. Okay.
Wait, does it? Yeah, he did it then. Wait,
he did not. No, he did not finish her.
Yeah.
It was like 1 to 10 odds.
Yeah, I feel like for sure he's not going to finish her somebody.
The amount of sus jokes that are going through my head right now that I'm not going to say.
Dude, I'm getting super close to just cashing on a VIP in Soju's chat. Or I can time someone out.
I mean, do it. Cash out the VIP. Do it.
Yeah, I'm 150,000 away. 150,000 away. I just need to get one good prediction. No, but I'm at 350,000.
Oh, yeah,
it's one gamble. It's one gamble. It's one big one, and we're there, basically. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, the finisher's sick. We can talk about that's exciting for me. Sheesh. We were talking about. We can talk about I guess we'll talk about the cosmetics first. So, basically, the set looks beautiful. If you haven't seen it yet, like everything's very colorful. Like the aesthetic, and the aesthetic of the set is like, you know, bright, popping colors. There's like a bunch of reds and blues and
green.
There's
it's
some whites.
jade green. It's not barf green. You know, it's
really cool
nice
green. It's a very nice green. And you know, there are like some really cool arenas that came out. There's like a volcano one that looks like that one island from Avatar: The Last Airbender that Roku's on, and that like the fire, you know, the first temple is on where like Dio's, that one. And most importantly, little legends wise, there are 3 new dragons. One of them is kind of bedge, one of them is super cute, but like can barf on people, which is a little BM. And I read the third one is. I don't remember what the third little legend is.
Are there any new Chi-Chis?
I'm sure.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not adding more Chi-Chis for a while, considering they added the new ones for set 6.5. So it's okay. Kevin's not gonna swap back to them anyway, so it's fucking useless and fucking Chi-Chi trader. God damn it.
I jinx. Me jinx.
No.
You have Jinx.
No.
And now
Use
we
fucking
have
Chi-Chi.
Chibi Yasuo. We have Chibi base Yasuo and Chibi Dragonmancer Yasuo. So I'll be using Chibi base Yasuo just in general because Jinx is to Kevin, I think, as Yasuo is to me. Maybe less so, but I like Yasuo a lot. No, I don't know if as much as Kevin likes Jinx, but I do enjoy Yasuo quite a bit. And then Dragonmancer Yasuo has a special little thing where if you kill someone with him, you're forced to watch this
whole like
cutscene.
5-second animation where he just deletes them from the fucking game.
It's literally a cutscene. It takes you out of the game. Like, you don't see the boards or anything anymore. It's just like a video. It's like fucking. It's like out of Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer for the uninitiated. It's like Tanjiro just like fucking cutting up the little legend. It's so good. It's so good. And it's the most tilting thing to be on the receiving end of because you get killed and then you have to watch this cutscene. Oh my god, it's so good.
The game.
Yeah. You have to gotcha for this Yasuo though, which is maybe the big get me of it.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna. That's how they're funding set 7 worlds. Is
I bet and fund it though they will because everyone wants it. I think everyone wants to cutscene someone.
Yeah.
And then so that's aesthetics and cutscenes aside. We can talk about the game a bit. So it's dragons, as the name might suggest. I mean, I don't know how many people watching or listening will have played PvE by now. Not everyone plays PvE, contrary to what's going on with the long queue times and stuff right now. Not everyone plays PvE, right? And not everyone gets like teaser videos and stuff. So the theme of Set7 is dragons. Dragons are these big ass 2-unit slot taking asses who do big damage sometimes. We'll talk about that. Have cool effects sometimes. We'll talk about that.
Sometimes.
And they also give you a bunch of a synergy. So it's kind of like Chosen, but instead of giving 2 of a trait, they give 3 of a trait. So for example, Deja, is a white dragon who is a 4 cost. They also cost twice as much. So she's purple, like a 4 cost, but she costs 8 gold. The 5 cost, they're only 4 and 5 cost dragons. They cost 4 gold or 8 gold and 10 gold respectively. They're still in like the rarities of 4 and 5 costs though. And so this dragon is Mirage Dragon. Those are her synergies. And so she gives 3 Mirage, which is basically mutant for this set. And people also call her Cum Dragon because she's white and she's like her thing is that she
shoots out
like
blasts
thing
that are white.
Yeah, she just shoots these big white blasts, and then she does this like big move, and then she shoots like even more blasts.
A crescent blast.
Yeah, Moore was in my chat today, and I was like, Moore, what was the reasoning behind changing? Because in this next update, they're changing her visuals, and I was like, Moore, what's the reasoning behind it? We had some theories as to why.
Make him say the words so people don't call her Cum Dragon. Make him say those words. Yeah.
What he said was that it was just because they finally they get their visual effects person or whatever finally got around to doing it, to making the dragon. Basically, it was like a placeholder thing for the dragon. And I said, oh, so not because everyone's calling her Cum Dragon. He said no, not because everyone's calling her Cum Dragon. So good chance that people will still be able to call her Cum Dragon because that means that they are not actively avoiding the idea of it, which means there's a very strong chance that
they're perfectly okay with it. As long as they keep it like relatively light colored, we can roll with the ball. We can work with that. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just go through and talk about the dragons for now. So there's another dragon who is probably the most prominently played dragon right now, who is very fondly named Shrek, nicknamed Shrek. This dragon is Shion Yu, also known as Shit on You, and it is another 8 cost, purple rarity dragon. And so this one gives you 3 Jade, which is very cool. I think it's just Jade Dragon. I don't think it's anything else.
I think it's just Jade Dragon.
Yeah. And while, all these abilities are subject to change before stuff goes live, obviously, but the ability right now, what it does is you can almost imagine almost like a Riven kind of thing where he gets 3, it's like 3 parts. So he ults and then he becomes CC immune and takes a bunch of innate damage reduction that scales with AP, by the way. So you can make this guy super tanky. And then he has 3 empowered autos after he ults. The first one just does bonus damage. Or he does it like bonus damage 3 times or something.
It's bonus. It's like the first one is bonus damage. Second one is like true damage.
Yeah. Second one is it's just normal auto, but it all becomes true damage. Or it's like an empowered auto that all becomes true damage. And the third one is like an auto that knocks up, and it's like basically the third ult of Riven, where it just it knocks up and it does its thing. So I think the way to look at this unit is that it's very similar to Clapio. So if you ever put like an IE on a Galio in set 6.5 or set 6 and saw it do its thing, it's kind of the same idea where he's just a big guy who punches people and takes little damage. So pretty cool. There's also Siphon, who is another 4 cost dragon, and Siphon is Whisperer, Bruiser dragon. And you get 3 whispers from this thing. And what Whisper does is it basically just is like a last whisper and a shiv put into one, and then you gain bonus stats. And
you get lots of
really good
stats.
It's really good. And so what this guy does is he jumps He like does like jumps in a straight line, kind of like imagine like a it doesn't CC, but imagine like a Braum ult width. Yeah, imagine Braum ult width, but if Braum ended up at the end of the ult at the end. And then when he gets to the end, there's a lot of damage. And when he gets to the end of the ult, he just fucking bites someone.
Yeah, he bites
for
somebody.
like 3,000 billion trillion damage.
And it's like ignores like 50% of their armor.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed to kill whatever he bites. It's very hard for it not to kill most of the time. And so, I had a game today where I was playing this really cool Xayah build, Xayah's a 4-cost. And this Siphon was positioned such that it ulted back next to my Xayah and then one-shot her at the beginning of the fight. And I was really fucking mad. So that's one of the 4-cost dragons. Another 4-cost dragon is, I think it's named like Ildis or Ildis. I think it's Ildis.
Oh, it's just the gold one. It's the one that's all gold.
Yeah, do you want to explain what she does?
Oh, I can't exactly. There are so many parts of the build. Hold on.
I think what it is she takes damage. She gets maybe innately, but she gets some kind of like flat damage reduction, like Leona from set 3. And Leona in this set, who's a 1-cost, she gets innate damage reduction, like flat damage reduction, or like the Knight synergy. She taunts maybe not taunts, but she definitely
heals. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, she heals herself and gets a shield, and then she also gives everyone this big like area, a bunch of attack speed. And she's basically the go-to frontline. Like if you just want a big frontliner, like this is the way to go. This unit.
Mm-hmm. Man, this would be so much easier if I knew what all of their names were. But these dragons, I'm not bothered to learn. I just know this one's Gold Drake. Oh, there it is.
You just know like Gold Drake and Cum Dragon, basically.
Reduces incoming damage, then roars, healing herself, shielding other allies for 5 seconds. The shield grants a 40% attack speed while it holds.
Yes.
Yes,
there
it is.
Pretty good. I think it's Ildis. Let me see if I can. What's her name?
Idis. She's a guardian, right? She's a guardian dragon. Plus
so she's a frontliner. Yeah. I put this nut in your mouth, basically. This one nut.
It's never stopping. It's official. It's just never stopping.
This is the set of these nuts jokes. We can't get through it.
It's great.
Literally called Dragonlands, right?
Dragon lands these nuts into your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. What? They're no other 4-cost dragons, right?
No.
Yeah. Also,
I mean,
missed this, but also these units all just pop in your shop as well. I said that they were all like the same odds and stuff or the same rarity as like 4-cost and 5-cost, but they also just pop in your shop naturally 4-cost and 5-cost. So you can still see other dragons after you buy a dragon. So they're not like chosen in that regard.
Yeah, it's not like chosen where you get the chosen and you can't see any. I was actually like kind of surprised the first time it happened because like I bought the dragon. I'm like, wait, I already have a dragon. Why am I getting more of these?
Right. And then the 5-cost dragons are Ao Shin, like the little legend, Asol, and Shyvana. Now we'll start with Shyvana. I just like accidentally flipped off the camera as I was saying Shyvana. But Shyvana is a Ragewing shapeshifter dragon. What she does is, so we'll talk into Ragewing as well, because that synergy is cool as fuck. But basically imagine like a Galio ult, basically, because it just CCs like a huge radius.
A Galio ult that breathes fire on your back line.
Yeah, and then she comes down to your back on people's back line, just like starts killing everything by breathing fire on them. That does like a bunch of damage. So it's pretty cool. And then Asol is he's a Astral Evoker dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Astral
he wants a lot of
Astral
mana.
Evoker, yeah.
Yeah.
Summons black holes.
He really loves Mage Spec, because every time he summons a black hole, it starts off kind of small and doesn't do that much damage, but every single time he casts, it doubles in damage and it doubles in size.
Yeah.
So it gets really big, or maybe not doubles in size, but it gets bigger. So
I think it's like 1 hex range increase.
Yeah. I saw a video of an Asol whose ult was literally just the entire board, and it starts off being like 3 hexes, maybe 2 or 3 hexes max. So it gets pretty fucking crazy, like really quickly. And then Ao Shin, imagine he's Tempest Dragon.
Yeah.
Imagine Xerath from set 3, if anyone played that, Darkstar Xerath, because what he does is he has
Ao Shin is my favorite. Ao Shin is my favorite out of all of the dragons.
Wait, do you want to say what he does, Kevin?
Yeah, like, okay, so what Aoshin does is he casts and it rains down these like lightning blasts. And like each of the I think each blast like drains like takes mana, right? It's like a
Yeah, it's 20 mana gets taken away for every time someone gets hit by a cast.
Yeah. And so it's like this shower of electricity that comes out of Aoshin's mouth, and it just goes
It's
like
so sick.
just like a waterfall. Like this,
Yeah.
the first game that I played was like an 8 Tempest Aoshin game, and it was nuts. It was insane.
He has like as much mana as Victor, so he's tough to make cast sometimes. But when he does cast, it's basically like old Xerath in that he just goes pew, 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 and there's like a meteor shower on the board. It's super sick. It's not skill. It doesn't skill off his attack speed like Xerath did, but I think it's always 20. Or maybe it goes up with star level, but it's at least 20.
Yeah. I think it's 20, but the damage is
20,
scaling.
20, okay. And that's Aoshin. That's Aoshin. Those are the dragons. That's every dragon in the set. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm missing one. I might be. Let me quickly scroll through and make sure I'm not missing something. Because I don't think I am. I think I knew my dragons well. I did just spend 24 hours very closely attached to all these dragons.
That's all of them for sure.
Yes. Okay. So that is like the primary quote unquote set mechanic for this set is that they're basically Colossus units. They take up 2 slots. Someone outside is revving as usual. Take 2 slots. They have these big impactful effects, or they will by the time PB goes live. And yeah, obviously it's PB, so there's a lot of balance issues with the dragons still, making like some are too good, some aren't good enough. I think in general, like, most of them aren't good enough rather than being too good, I would say.
Yeah, they're somewhat underwhelming, like a decent amount of them. I'd say they're more underwhelming than overwhelming. Some of them do feel a little overwhelming, but I think we can talk about like Come Drake being like
the worst unit in the game. Yeah. So Deja is what she does. She gets empowered auto. We talked about this. She gets empowered autos. It's like a beam, and then she does like some more empowered autos. And every auto like reduces MR, and they're just the problem with this unit is that it takes up 2 slots, and it is literally just so. Swain is a 3 cost in this set. He's a 3 cost 4 hex range unit, and he has the similar thing. He just does empowered autos, and then when he casts, he has like every little bit he has an empowered auto that does a little bit of damage in an AOE range, and like for twice as much or something. But the issue is that, Deja, aka Cum Dragon, costs more than twice as much as Swain, takes up 2 slots, and does less damage.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is because, like, Deja, she's tied to the Mirage trait, right? And I actually think that under certain conditions, you can play, like, specifically like the Warlord Mirage trait, and potentially like the Spell Sword one, and maybe Executioner. But there are some cases like, if you get Pirate Mirage, what are you gonna do with Deja? She got no damage. There's no damage amp. So you're just like sitting there,
you die
doing nothing. You killing nothing, doing nothing.
I think another big problem with the unit is that it starts, so it's a very auto attack based unit. And it starts off with 0.6 attack speed, which is very, very low. It's like incredibly low. You look at a unit like, let's look at Kale, who was another. So Kale in like set 5, for example, was a super attack speed based 5 cost, right? And what Kale started out with? Like 1.1. So attacked almost twice as quickly as Cum Drake at the beginning of the game. So I think, they're gonna balance that. And then like on the other side of the spectrum, right, is something like Shrek. aka Shion
just
Yu.
comes in and whomps your entire team, and you're like, oh my god, it's fucking, I can't do anything.
He got nerfed today, but for a very long time, it feels like that again because I was streaming for 24 hours, but for at least a full day, he was just kind of like taking over everything, because what he did, he was like bugged with crit in some way where he would just crit for like 3,000 true damage for some reason, and then you'd be like, what the fuck? All he has is an he's like, it's like Shrek 1 with an IE, and he's just doing 3,000 damage to something, and you're like, this does not seem correct. And it was not correct, but yeah, that unit is very strong.
I was playing this one. There's this one augment for Jade where basically if your Jade unit is about to die, it eats the Jade statue. I don't know if you got that one yet, Appies.
Yeah,
but what you can do with that one, you can just Dick Shrek in the front, he just dies 3 times and just doesn't die and just kills everybody. And it's I don't see what people can do against that. It's just like
yeah, no, he's a unit. I like Jade a lot. We can talk a little bit about the synergies as well, and then besides that, the dragons are like either I think for the most part outside of those two, they're relatively just underwhelming. Some of them feel okay. Like I think Siphon's good.
Siphon's good. Siphon is actually
I think Siphon's
strong.
good. I actually think Siobhan is super good as well. But outside of that, like I think the other 5 cost ones are pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, Asol the couple times I played Asol, it felt a little underwhelming, but maybe also because Asol just gets one shot by Talon a lot of the time. And
yeah,
can't do anything
he
about
really
it because
needs mage stat. It feels like because mage stat, that guy is like much less of a unit.
I was like playing 9 Astro Mage Stat, Asol, cast twice, and then Talon popped over and was like, see ya. And I was like, oh my god.
Actually, I think what Idis it is. I only remember it was like I fit these nuts. That unit is actually pretty good too. I think that thing is very consistent front line.
Yeah.
People see one a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll talk about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying like Idis is the dragon that I 3-starred first, and I just fed him to my legend Ornn for the stat.
So Idis is tied to one of the coolest traits in the game, in my opinion, which is called Shimmer Scale. So what Shimmer Scale does, and we were telling Jirachy about this before the podcast started.
I still have not figured it out. Yeah. Which sucks because like Kayn is a Shimmer Scale and I want to fucking reroll Kayn at some point, but I'll figure it out.
It's all right. It's like Fortune on steroids. It's not really like Fortune. It's like Space Pirates
it feels
on
very
steroids.
new, right? It feels very new. So every single it's 3, 5, 7, 9, and every single tier of this synergy, you get a new item to play around. Actually, at 9 you get 2 more items. So at 3 you get 1 item, 2 you get, or 5 you get 2 items, 7 you get 3 items, 9 you get 5 items.
At 9 there's only like, 1 item that matters, and it's the Crown of Champions.
And what does it do?
Basically, for every gold, basically every 5 seconds for every gold, right? Your next auto deals like 9,001 damage per gold, I think. Is that?
Yeah, that's the number.
Yeah, 9,001 true damage.
Yeah,
it's true damage. You cannot item against it. You can't do anything. You get auto, you're dead. It's done.
And a lot of these items that you get from Shimmer Scale, they make you money in some way, right? They let you. So, for example, there's one that's called Draven's Axe. It's one of the only ones I know by name. And what it does is that every time for every 1 gold in your bank, you get an additional 1 AD on the item up to 80 gold. And then every time you auto someone, you get 1 stack. And they stay between rounds. And then whenever you reach 100 stacks of this item, you get 10 gold and an item component. I was playing this item earlier. I must have cashed out this Draven's, and then it just restarts. I cashed out this Draven's Axe like 6 or 7 times throughout the game, at least. So I got so much money from it. There's another one that's like the same idea, kind of, and that you get like 1%.
The attack speed
per 1
one.
gold. Yeah, with the attack speed. So
yeah.
And that one you get 1 gold. You have a 2% or 4% chance per auto attack to get 1 gold.
That was less satisfying, I feel like.
It is less satisfying, but sometimes it just does some like crazy shit. I got like 12 gold in 1 round because I had that with like there's one that's a frontline item that gives you 2 gold when it reaches max stacks. So I had like that and then the frontline item one, like another one, all giving me gold. It felt really good. There's like an AP one that you get 1 AP per gold up to 80 gold. And then like this one I think is insane because whenever you kill a unit, you have a 40% chance to get 2 gold. So I have literally been farmed for like fucking 10 gold in 1 turn on stage 2 with this item. It's insane. That item is very, very good. And so basically, and there's some other ones like Philosopher's Stone, actually, which if you put it on a unit, every time you hit the reroll button, that this item gets a stack, and then it has a chance to just use all of its stacks to give you a copy of whatever unit it's on. Just like to give you a copy of it. So it's really good for if you're trying to reroll, for example. Yeah, so basically these items are just very popular. There's another one that's actually really cool that Kevin likes a lot, I think. If you want, the one if you die.
So basically if you die, so I forget what the base item is called, but basically it keeps track of how many times the unit that's holding it dies. And once you reach 8, you get a Nico's, which I guess is now called unit
Champion duplicator.
champion duplicator. And there's that. You get some gold, and you get a new item called Diamond Hands, which is basically it's like a Radiant GA, but no attack speed, as Appies put it earlier. And there's some
come back to life twice.
Yeah, there's this really cool strategy that I found out, which can guarantee that unit dies every single fight, no matter how strong your board is. You just play Legend, and you put it on the unit that you want to kill, and it dies. It dies even during creep rounds. It's lit. It's so great.
Yeah, because Legend, what it says is that there's 3 Legend units, and what they do is that they eat the unit next to it, as long as it's not another Legend unit, and just get all of its stats.
Yeah.
So you can just fucking eat it.
Afraid, I was like reading the thing, right? Reading how Legend works and reading how this items works. I'm like, maybe this doesn't work, but I'll try it anyways. And I saw the stack tick up once, and I was like, oh my god. It's time. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, Shimmer Scale feels very hit or miss, but like I had a game of day, for example, where I had Draven's Axe and the attack speed item on a Xayah too, who was a 4-cost AD carry, and I won the game on like 90 gold because I just couldn't I didn't want to spend money because I could have hit Xayah 3. I had 7 Xayahs on 9. And I was like, I don't want to spend money because I think I get weak enough to lose if I spend money. But because I wasn't spending money, right? My Xayah was starting off the round. It was IE. Yeah, it was IE with the other 2 items. So she started off with 80% attack speed, 80% AD, with an IE. It was fucking crazy. Like, she was just killing everything. It was super good. It was super good.
I had the same dilemma where I was playing 7 Shimmer Scale, and I was deciding when to roll for Zoe 3. And I was like, I could roll now, but then I would get weaker, right? And then yeah, it's all right though. I had infinite gold to roll, so I had Zoe 3 for like 3 rounds. It lasted. You know, the thing about this set, there are so many 3-star 5 costs. You see them all the time now. It's
we can talk about the 5 costs a bit, and then go back and forth and trades of 5 costs. Have you seen Zoe by any chance yet, Riley?
I watched the rundown, so I listened to more like describe Zoe, and that's all I've seen of her.
Okay, gotcha. So
dope.
basically what she does is she uses a random ult from a different set. So she can use Ivern ult and summon Daisy. Okay, she can use Lux ult.
Isn't Ivern? The Ivern is so bugged, right? Every time my Zoe summons an Ivern, it starts attacking my team, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
What she does right now when she summons Ivern is she summons Ivern on herself, and he immediately just fucking starts pounding on her.
I was like, what? Is this the enemy? Is this the enemy? Like the first time it happened, I was like, is this enemy Daisy? And then
she summons an enemy Daisy on top of herself. It just gets fucking rolled immediately. It's so funny. Which hopefully will not go to live, because it's like playing Russian roulette. She uses a random ability, right? She summoned Daisy. She can use Lux ult, like the big beam. She can use Janna ult from set 3, which is like the big AoE tornado thingy. She can use Kale ult, which is shields your whole team. Or makes your whole team invulnerable.
Oh, I'm down for her to be Russian roulette. That sounds like so much fun. No, it doesn't, but it does kind of sound like fun. Oh, you have just the one ability that fucks you over? Okay, have fun. Spin the fucking whatever. Spin the chamber, whatever the thing in the gun is called. I don't know. Spin it. Go.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is right now. Because if you were to 3-star Zoe, right? You have a 1 in 4 chance of just fucking yourself over immediately. Because you summon a Daisy you can't kill, who kills her whole team.
That's true. It is a dilemma.
It is quite the unit. But the way people are finding 3-star 5 costs is because of Bard. So Bard is a mystic guild. Guild just gives a bunch of stats. It's very cool. It's basically like a bunch of stats, and every stat is tied to a certain guild unit. So you can like make your own synergy basically. It's like Talon gives you 10 AD, Twitch gives you 10 attack speed, and so you can like really tech them in as you wish. But So what Bard does is his guild things makes your whole team generate more mana, and when he ults, it's basically this big stasis thing. We used to hit them, they take increased damage.
Busted.
Yeah, it's a huge AoE.
Gross.
Humongous AoE that also makes them take increased damage. But you want to tell us about Doots, Kevin?
Oh yeah, so basically Bard can generate Doots, which increase your 3, 4, and 5 cost odds, I think. And once you run out of 1 and so it takes away from the 1 and 2 cost, right? And once you run out of the 1 and 2 cost, it starts taking away from the 3 and 4 cost. It starts putting them only in the 5 cost probability. So if you play Bard long enough and you generate enough Doots, you get 100% 5 cost shops. And it's already very easy to 3-star a 5 cost on just I would say 40% odds is already pretty. You got some pretty good chances there. When you're at 100%, it's going down.
Yeah, you see it.
That's what you're like. Oh baby, of course it is pretty hard to get to the 100% mark. I actually am not sure because I do know they nerfed Bard from the playtest to PvE. At least the Duke generation.
They changed because he always gets a Duke whenever his ult hits someone, he does a dance and he gets a Duke when he dances.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get multiple Dukes per round like that, I think. And then every unit left alive at the end of the stage has a 2 or at the end of the round has a 2% chance to drop a Duke.
It used to be 10%. It used to be 10%. At least when they first gave the champion description. Now it's 2%, so it's much lower. But you can still. I've gotten up to 30% really easy. And unfortunately that some of those games I won with 50 gold and I was like, oh, but
yeah, no, it is pretty easy to see 3-star 5 costs right now. It's kind of tougher to 3-star the dragons because they cost 10 gold a piece. So it's a 90 gold unit by the time you 3-star it.
Yeah.
But you can see some cool ones. Other non-dragon 5 costs. So my favorite trait in the game right now, I think, is probably Whisper. And Whispers is plural. Called Whispers. There's a 5 cost in Whispers, which is Pike. This is as a sin. Riley, have you seen Pike at all yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pike is a little.
Pike looks fucking cool. I was talking. I don't remember who I was talking to though, but Pike with the execute looks like it's gonna be very hard to balance. Because just executes are kind of hard to balance in general, but that shit looks fun. Yeah,
he's basically Darius.
Yeah,
he just dunks over and over again, and then if they're below the % HP threshold, he just executes them and then jumps again. It's good. It is a very, very strong unit. It's pretty straightforward. It's just he's Whisper Assassin. He jumps on someone, he pops them. He jumps to the next person, he pops them. I was actually playing. We're talking about the Shimmer skill item. That's basically Radiant Edge of Night with attack speed. I was playing that on him, and he just 1v10 the entire board because they couldn't kill him.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he is an absolute beast. Are there? There's two more. So one is Soraka. Yeah. Soraka is sick. Not as a spell. Her spell just heals people. It's kind of bedge. But
her synergy, the Star Callers, or is it Star Caller?
Yeah, I think it's called Star Caller.
Yeah, Star Caller. Yeah.
So what Star Caller does is that every time, the first time she casts in a round, she heals you, but not your units, your little legend. So at 1 star, she heals 2 HP. At 2 star, she heals 3 HP, and at 5 star, she heals 75 HP.
Yeah.
And whenever she heals, if she heals let's say you're 100 HP, right, and you're playing a Soraka 1, if she would heal you, so if she can't heal you to 102, she can't go past 100. But what she'll do is that she'll convert that into player damage. So she'll, if you're at 99 and you heal the 1-star Soraka, you'll go to 100, then you'll do 1 damage to the person you played. Your 1 damage to your opponent's little legend. So Soraka 3, you just heal the full and then do fucking
you do 75 damage.
It's in your best interest to just if you're gonna lose a game and you have the ability to 3-star Soraka, it's in your best interest to just roll down, sell everything, 3-star her. If she casts once, you're guaranteed to win the game because you get to full HP and the next round you just kill them no matter what they're at. It's so cool. And then the last one is my favorite unit. Maybe not in the set, but just in League of Legends, Yasuo. Yasuo is pretty fucking cool. He's also kind of like Riven, actually. They have like two Rivens in Shrek and Yasuo, but he is Mirage Warrior Dragon Man. So basically he's just this big. He just has a lot of damage synergies. He's very cool. He dashes around, gets a shield, and then on his third dash, he like knocks up what as actually like a humongous radius. It's like absolutely huge, and then he does a bunch of damage to them. And the coolest thing is that if he, sorry, I'm petting my cat at the same time because he was looking at me. If he ults what would be the last unit on the board, which can be more than one unit. Like if he's the last unit on the board and he ults, let's say 5 units in a clump in the corner, he will just keep hitting them until they die. It's like basically like a cutscene. And then if you're using Dragonlands Yasuo Chibi or the Chibi Yasuo, you can get them in a cutscene into a cutscene as you kill them.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick.
Oh, also, Appies, I just reread the Soraka description. Apparently, it's a unit disintegration and not player damage.
Oh,
so she just removes people from the enemy board, basically.
Wait, really? What?
I wonder how many people she removes.
Wait.
So it's on it's excess number of healing, basically. So it's just like
okay, excess healing disintegration.
And then
they've changed it already. It would seem.
Yeah.
I want to see it now. I don't know. Yeah. All I've seen for 3-star at 5 costs is the one video that GVA put out, but it's like it's Shyvana versus Ao Shin, and they are the shittiest 3-star 5 costs I've ever seen in my life. Like this 3-star Shyvana ults and tickles the board. Like you'd think like a 3-star, 2-3-star 5 cost, the fights would end like 2 seconds. They both go to like overtime every time.
I mean, it's bound to have because like this is the first time where they seriously have to think about like balancing the 3-star 5 cost.
Shouldn't you like always just and so like still like shouldn't the 3-star 5 cost still like blow up a board instantly? Like at least the dragon.
I think the dragon should. I feel like the dragon should. But
the dragon should for sure because they're twice as expensive. But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a 3-star 5 cost should always just like be an instant win unless the other person also has a 3-star 5 cost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I remember I did run into a 3-star Yasuo. I forget who it was. It was like one of the I ran into one of the Chinese Worlds players on PvE from like set 5. And they hit like level up and they just leveled up and then played 3-star Yasuo. And I was like, oh shit. And it clapped me real hard.
There is apparently a Mort tweet, which I'm looking at right now. Thank you, Cloud, for linking that, which says, thanks for all the PvE feedback so far. Keep it coming. Teams working their tails off. One minor note, 3-star 5 cost design is usually one of the last things to come in and sometimes doesn't even make it. See Tom Kenshin, Gears and Gadgets. So if you hit one and it sucks, we know. So hopefully they'll make Shyvana do more than 2,000 damage on her ult because it is like really shitty Galio.
And they probably have a million other things on their mind anyway. Like 3-star 5 costs are not exactly what they're going to prioritize. So,
and they shouldn't be. Yeah, they definitely shouldn't be what they prioritize. They're doing a great job. They're working their buns off. So there was some more posted a picture in Discord today of like someone messaging him, and it was like they're basically like turn the servers back on, and then it was like just some really rude comment. Like people like that, you gotta realize that like it is a lot of work to make a set. And then like during the PB cycle to see what's overperforming and underperforming every single day, what's good, what isn't, and then balance all that. That's like a hell of a task. So that was even about the balance, I guess. But you just don't give them grief, man. It's a lot of work, and they're really working their asses off, and it's a free game at the end of the day too. So
don't go to more like don't complain like
complain to like the server maintenance guy. Complain about that. But if you want to complain about the set, then if you're on day 2 PBE, and let's say you go on day 2 of PBE and you play a game of Elise, and you're like, oh my god, this unit's the worst thing I've ever seen, and you go to Twitter and you at Morthog and you say,
like, this unit set is completely unplayable. Yeah. What are you doing? It's like,
had 3-star. It would be this would be the tweet. It'd be, had 3-star Elise today. Period. Did absolutely fucking nothing. Period. This set is garbage. Go kill yourself with no period. That would be the tweet. That is, I feel like that is verbatim a Mort tweet. Not a Mort tweet, but a tweet at Mort. Like that shit is just gross. I don't know. Like, if people say, I don't know, like, it's PBE. The game's getting adjusted a lot every single day. It will be unbalanced. There are a lot of people playing PBE. There are like huge queue times right now, and like some issues with servers and stuff because there's so many people playing. But if you think that PBE, your best use of time over the course of PBE cycle is to go to Morthog and tell them how the set's unplayable, then you probably should like reevaluate what you're doing, because you should have better things to do than that. You gotta touch some grass.
Go touch some grass.
Touch some grass, plot friends a bit. Who knows? Just do something other than that, because that is not a good use of your time. But yeah, so those are the 5 costs. Yeah, those are the 5 costs. I do want to talk. So Riley hasn't played the set yet, but we can already assume their favorite unit is gonna be Talon. I imagine.
I'm genuinely not sure. I think it's just gonna be like, I'm learning all the sins.
I hate this Talon so much as he currently is. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. It's so dumb.
I read his ability and saw he had an aggro drop and knew this shit was gonna be fucking broken.
It has nothing to do with like
Never mind.
How the ability works. The only thing that it has to do with is the fact that I have no fucking idea how the hell he targets a unit.
So it's actually turns out it's the furthest unit from him in 4 hexes.
Okay, now I'm perfectly fine with Talon. It's lit.
That's what it's not on the tooltip anywhere, but that's what I heard.
I wish they would just say, like,
Yeah, me too.
When I read it,
it's hard to position around him.
Targets an enemy, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? What am I supposed to do?
That sounds like they should put that in the tooltip. For sure.
Yep, they did a good job changing a lot of tooltips and like identifying items better, and it just in general, I would say they did a good job. I think the one thing I don't like with the tooltips and stuff is how what Shimmer Scale says. The Shimmer Scale says when your champion does damage to an enemy, they like gain AD and or they like reduce their armor. Yeah, they reduce their armor and MR, and then like when they hit them again with any kind of damage, they gain stats.
Oh, is that the whispers? Oh, the whispers.
Yeah, it's whispers. Okay. Yeah. But it doesn't work with like Runans and stuff, because it doesn't work with like Runans, Shiv, Sunfire, which like makes sense, because Runans is actually like all these units are items are classified as direct damage items, like Sunfire, Shiv, Morellos, Runans, Spark, etc. But it doesn't specify that like direct item damage doesn't count as direct damage item damage. Yeah, that's the right sentence. Doesn't count as like for that stuff. I played Regains of Runans Elise today, and it did not get stacks like I thought it would, and I was very upset. But it's PvE, so I wasn't that upset. But yeah, no, I think my favorite unit going in is going to be, at least as of right now, I have 2 favorite units. I like Yone a lot. He's a 2-cost warrior mirage. He's just satisfying. He feels like set 5 Yasuo a bit, and that he just like does a lot of on-hit damage, and it feels nice. Like every other auto does a bunch of magic damage, which is cool. I no mana or anything, that's just his ability. And then I don't know if I call her like my favorite unit or like my most hated unit or like the biggest shitter in the set or whatnot, but I have like some obsession with Elise right now. I just like can't stop playing her. What she does is she's a whisperer shapeshifter, and when she executes someone, when she kills someone with her ability adds like it's like 180 base magic damage. I think it's 200 after this current patch. I think it's like 200, 225, 275 magic damage is added to her next auto attack. And if that kills someone, she repels up and she comes back down to the lowest health enemy and then does it again. She bites them again. She can get infinite resets like that. The problem is, so this unit is so weird in that like, there's a Twitter clip going on right now, which probably makes people think she's kind of broken. Elise killing an entire team. She kills something, goes up, comes down, kills something, goes up, comes down, right? And I will tell you that is the biggest case of propaganda you will ever see in your fucking life. Because this unit, 99% of the time, what she does is she ults a frontliner, gets CC'd, blows up, does nothing. Or she gets one reset, she jumps to the lowest health target, doesn't kill it, just barely, gets killed instantly. This unit, man, I sometimes like 10-20% of the time she's the best unit in the game, and the other 80% of the time she cannot do anything for it. She's like a fucking baby. She can't do anything for herself. Like, you need a full team supporting her, and even then, like, you'd rather be playing like a fucking Set1 who's a 1 cost, and she can do more. So, but she's so satisfying when she does do that. And she also just looks really funny. Because the repel animation, like she repels up and she's like half a second, and then she's just in the air off the board for like a second and a half, and then she comes down and bites and does it all again. So like it ends up in this really wonky fight of her just like going up and down and up and down, and then half the time you just think she randomly died somehow because like she's just gone for so long. She's just super funny. She's fun.
You can see the shadow also when she goes up. Because I
know that.
Yeah, she goes up. You see the shadow in the air, and you see it coming down.
Yeah. So I think Socks and I are racing to see who can figure out Elise first, because right now she's pretty fucking bad. I would say she can be really good, but in general she's not very good.
It's blue buff archangels. I'm telling you. Actually, it's blue buff archangels, like the archangels augment.
True. I was thinking, I tried to do a 6 Whisper Runans build earlier because I was like, oh man, I get more AD and AP from all my autos. So like Runans is gonna apply that twice. So I'll get 18 AD and AP per auto at 6 Whispers. It did not work like that. She was getting 9 AD and AP per auto, and I was very upset. I did get second that game though, which was very fun.
Wait a second. Oh, the blue buff. Wait, her mana cost is 40.
Yeah, it's 40.
Oh my god! Wait, I call dibs on. That's my build.
Go for it. Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it.
Go for it. I'll be over here just playing Sins.
I'll just be over here trying to play like every variation of at least.
Wait, Appies, I heard you say something in stream about Diana being good. How good actually is Diana?
Do you remember Moonlight Diana?
Yeah.
It's like bigger.
She's like the same unit, Diana. But she doesn't get 4-starred. But she's like a little bit better than. Okay. Yeah, so she's like the same unit as the 1 cost with like higher bases and everything, and she can get 4-starred. She's pretty good. It's like the same build. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like Titans IE Gunblade or Titans IE like BT. And it's like her traits are really good is the thing. So she's Scale Sworn Assassin, or Scale Scorn, not Sworn. So what Scale Scorn does is that it's like I think it's a 2-4-6, and it increases your damage by like 30%, 60%, or it gives you 30% extra magic damage at 2, 60% extra magic damage at 4, and like 90 at 5 or 6 or something, or like 100 at 6. And that's just on everything. So like her autos do 30% extra damage. Her ability does 37% extra damage. Her farts do 30% extra damage, if that was a thing. So she just like, it's a very good. The trait just says like you do 30% extra damage as magic damage, which is very nice. So pretty good unit. Yeah, she's good. But you can't play a dragon for this trait. But like, fuck dragons.
I'm already formulating sin comps in my head. Because of course.
I found I theory crafted / played in Elise Sin comp the other day, yesterday in the 24-hour. I played double Runan's Kane with Elise, Kane 3. And basically what he did is he sprinkled everything down, and then Elise just one-shot everything because everything was like low HP. That's fun. You should play that.
Noted. I'm waiting. Nico said something about Kane being garbage and quote-unquote needing buffs, but please don't buff him because buffing assassins equals veg. So I'm just going to wait for Kane to get buffed, but yeah. Like all the assassins actually all look super cool, and it looks like there's a lot of variation who you can carry. Like set 6 wasn't great for that. Like Nocturne's not a carry, Twitch it depends, Kha'Zix is fake, Talon is Talon, so also no 5 cost assassin was kind of weird, so
yeah.
I do like that if there's a 5 cost assassin back, it adds to Assassin's problem in set 6.5 is actually they don't cap that hard, and part of that is because there's no 5 cost assassin. So having the 5-cost Sin back, especially with Pike, and it looks like all these units are like doing a bunch of AoE and kind of like chipping down enemies, and then just Pike coming in and cleaning them all up. That sounds kind of really good, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Pike's crazy. He's a good unit. I say Mateo's in chat saying sprinkle me Deja.
Sprinkle me Deja.
Sush.
The sprinkle.
Honestly, though, I feel like we're not talking about the actual best unit this set, which is Nomzi. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, talk about Nomzi.
Nomzi is my favorite unit. So Nomzi is basically Gromp, but a dragon. And you get Nomzi by playing, what are they called? Dragon trainers?
Trainers. I think it's called trainers.
It's just called trainers, right?
It's a 2/3 piece?
Yeah, it's Heimer, Tristana, and Lulu. So, you always got to have your Yordle trade. And the way that it works is Nomzi, you feed snacks to Nomzi based off of the star levels of all of your trainer units that are on the board. So, if you... And it takes 25 snacks to level Nomzi up. Nomzi goes all the way up to level 4. So basically, you put your trainers in, and you have this useless fat frog sitting on your board for the entire game, and he just gets bigger and bigger and shoots fireballs, and it's dope. It's so cool, man. I've had Nomzi on my boards. I can't legitimately. I feel like I've gone 4-star Nomzi like at least 10 times already, because I like to spam. The Cannoneer reroll comp because I think it's super super easy and like turbo brain dead. So like I'll always have 4-star Nomzi on my board, and I just have Nomzi there with my other front line, and Nomzi's just big chilling, like doing second highest DPS sometimes. And I'm like, oh shit, you go Nomzi, let's go
Nomzi.
Sheesh. Also,
would you say Nomzi's your favorite unit of the set?
Yeah, Nomzi is my favorite unit.
So we have Talon / potentially just any Sin. Mine is Yone / Elise, and then Kevin's is Nomzi.
I gotta go with Nomzi.
Pongo. Any other like cool units we talk about? It's gonna be like a relatively short episode today, because it's just PBE. We'll have a big one next week as starts to hit live and stuff. But we also have a tournament coming up that we can talk about next week and a little bit today. But any other like really cool traits and stuff? And there are a lot of cool traits, I will say.
I mean, the one that we should. I feel like there are two. One is Legend, which is we sort of talked about it, but like. Legend is basically like you eat the unit that's close, like the closest unit to you, and you gain all of their stats. And, basically all of their defensive stats at 40% of their AP. So I've been experimenting around with it, thinking a lot about how you can abuse it, I would say. So there's that. There's also Astrals, which we really haven't talked about too much, but Astrals is like, it's a built-in reroll comp that's way better than Yordles in terms of like, Yordles did this thing where like you just get the free units so you can sell them for gold. Astral is like you get a free shop refresh and they're only Astral units, and you get this orb that's worth like, okay, usually it's extra gold, but you can get more stuff the more Astral units you have in. So sometimes it drops items, for example. I think if you have 9 Astral, I think it guaranteed drops you an item. So I was like playing this 9 Astral reroll comp. I had 9 Astral reroll, and I think I had it was the most scuffed game actually. It was the first game that like the first or second game that I played. I wanted to try out so many things. I got wise spending, right? And I got the Astral thing that gives you like what's it called? It gives you additional rewards from the Astral Orb. And I also I took the dumbest thing. I took Pandora's Bench, which is this augment that rerolls the 3 units on your right side, which is the stupidest thing that you could. It's like the worst thing that you can take when you're playing Astrals, because the 3 bench slots that you have, none of those are going to be astrals after you put the units in there because they're all going to reroll. And I was like, oh my god, man. I'm playing reroll with -3 bench slots. But yeah, it was awful. I had a terrible time that game. It was hilarious.
Yeah, no, Astral's sick. I also like Jade a lot. Jade is, what it does is like every 3 Jades you have, you get another like statue to put on your board somewhere, and anything next to the statue gets a bunch of stat buffs, like HP regen and like attack speed and stuff. Very cool. And good thing you mentioned Pandora's bench, because augments are still in, and they're cooler than ever. There are some super fucking cool augments in the game right now.
Yeah.
My favorite one I've played so far is probably the one that if you basically use HP instead of money to level up. I hit this thing on 3-2. I had 96 HP. I immediately went down to 0 to like 2 HP. I was level 8. I 3-starred everything. It was fucking sick. It was a good game. Yeah,
I had a game like that where somebody hit it on 2-1. They went down to like 24 HP, level 7. I had the most cracked board you've ever seen in your life. I killed them. I beat them 3 times and killed them immediately. It was nuts. It was so tragic because they were beating everybody else, and I just came in here and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
and then I did that 3 times. Should be prismatic.
Yeah. I don't know if it should be prismatic. It's a little. I think if it winds you prismatic, it needs to be able to get you to level 8 from 2-2.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you want to get you to 7, you have to wait. Otherwise, you just die.
Yeah, you have to like roll gold, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad for this."
I mean, on 2-1, it's basically just like 3. It's 3 new recruits. I guess if you it's 3 new recruits, but you're also on like 2 lives automatically. So
yeah, it's like a turbo Shadow Fawn.
Yeah, you also get pick priority is the other thing.
Oh, that's true
too. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of reroll whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a very cool augment. Another favorite of mine, I actually like Pandora's Bench a lot. I keep trying to use it to reroll 3 costs, and then I'll get really mad because like 8 rounds in a row, my 2-star 3 costs, and this Pandora's Bench will not turn to a lease. And I just get really frustrated about that, but it's really funny. So
I pretty much from the preview video, I cannot wait until I get Think Fast. Because so
I have not had that opportunity yet.
Me either.
For anyone who doesn't know, Think Fast is basically for that one round, your rerolls cost nothing. So you theoretically, and they've added a little buffer apparently for like botting or scripts or whatever, but basically you get infinite rerolls and it's only limited by your APM. Guess what I am?
Whoa.
Fucking APM player. So I'm pretty like when I saw that, I'm pretty sure my first instinct was like, okay, this is gonna be really good. Anywhere between pretty good to really good for most of the server and turbo busted for like me, DQA, Spencer, and Noster.
Yeah.
You already know it's gonna be turbo busted in our hands.
I'm down to see 3-star 4 costs on like
I'm so
like
down.
3-3.
Yeah.
3-star 5 costs after Bard 100%.
Oh,
I mean,
3-star every single 5 cost in the game.
If you're fast enough, you could theoretically 3-star 4 cost on level 6. That's a lot of rolls, but you theoretically could.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Even on level 6,
5 costs,
not even
on
level
7,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, 3-star 5
There's some crazy shit you can do.
3-star 5 cost on 7 sounds way harder. That's probably not happening, but
It's probably on average like 10,000 rolls or something
like
crazy.
that. Yeah, but I don't know the math. The math is probably nuts, and it doesn't really even theoretically having infinite. Spencer can't hit reroll 10,000 times in 30 seconds.
I mean, like on. I feel like even at Cab, I've only seen somebody roll like maybe max, maybe like close. I don't even know if it's been 100 yet, which is like 50 rerolls.
That sounds
for
about
like
right.
looking on two units or so. So I mean,
tough.
like when you're doing something like that, you can probably realistically only hit like 1 or 2 3-stars.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna 3-star everything. It just is you basically just turbo spike your board, although then you're down to prismatic. But Yeah.
It is prismatic, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
prismatic.
was just
yeah.
thinking about the concept of the augment though. Basically, if you get it early, it's like a worse high roller, and if you get it late, it's like a slightly better high roller. Is how I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
you
could
use it to like try to 3-star bunch of one cost, but like
and you can
why not just take high
3-star.
roller?
Excuse me. The thing about high roller, I mean, you're going for like 1, maybe 2 3-star 4 costs. With Think Fast, you can totally like get that plus like upgrade the rest of your board, so it's a little bit stronger. So
yeah. That's why I say like later on it's better.
Yeah. Does it give you gold too? Because I feel like you need a lot of gold to make that augment.
I do think it gives you gold because like it basically, I mean, if you get it early, if you don't get gold, it's kind of useless.
Last I saw, it gave like 6 gold or something.
Okay.
Just imagine you get infinite rolls, but you only have 10 gold to work with, and you're like,
Let me double check.
5 rolls in, I'm done.
It does help that if you get offered if you get offered it on 2-1, if it was still 1-4, that would be kind of sketch. But now that it's on 2-1, if you get it offered on 2-1, you have a little bit more gold to work with, so you could actually maybe make use of it.
Yeah, but it's like
a 3-star one costs 9 gold.
It still doesn't really sound great. Yeah, exactly. You can only really get 1. You can get 2 if you get an Omega Gold start, but that's about it. Yeah.
It definitely feels worse than like high roller early. You know, like first round, you probably want to take high roller. Later on, you could take the.
Yeah, something like that.
Does high roller still give 8 gold in this set, or is it 4 gold? I feel like they toned up everything back.
Let me check.
I feel like it probably gives 8 gold now. Or 4 gold, sorry. Let me see. I can check as well. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, H. Wait, it's not. No, it is. Wait, is high roller not?
Wait,
it's just showing me the new augments.
This is only new augments, yeah. Think Fast does give you 8 gold. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's pretty good.
So it's not bad.
Yeah, basically, augments are still in, and they're very, very cool. The last little thing I want to touch on here before we kind of answer questions and wrap up is Treasure Dragon. So Treasure Dragon is basically replaces the creep round on the end of stage 4.
It's great. It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah,
it's the greatest thing of all time.
Basically, what it does is it shows you a shop full of items. So it has items in it. It has gold in it. Potentially, it has like Reforgers, Nikos. It has Spat in it.
Spat is pretty rare, apparently.
Yeah, Spat's very rare. I rolled like 30 gold in it today trying to find a Spat for my fawn.
Yeah, I defaulted a Spat, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know you could get this.
So what you can do is, if you don't like what you see, if you don't like the components you see, you don't like the items, whatever, the full items, you can use 1 gold to re-roll it, and you can do that as many times as you want. So you can literally roll it 80 times to get the exact thing you want. So basically, you can always guarantee. So let's say that your game is doomed if you don't get a BT, right? If you don't get your sword drop for BT from creeps, you don't get your healing on your Shrek, like you're doomed. You always get BT, and it feels so good.
Like you're just sitting on your item, and you're like, you know the times in set 6.5 where you're like, oh my god, or set 6 where it's like, man, I have this one component, I haven't gotten this other component dropped, and I really need this item. I could potentially, like, you're playing AP and you're like, oh my god, I have a tier. I just need 1 tier for blue buff. Let me just wait. And you get drop Bobo, and you're like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, and your game's just over. Your game's just fucking over, right? And that's not even just last set. That's sort of the history of TFT. That's
not set 5. Not set 5, right?
True, set 5 had armories.
And this is like
set 4, set 3 for sure. Like that was, it felt like that. And now it's like, you just hit it. It feels so good to know that like once you get to the end of stage 4, like you get what you want. It feels very, very good. I had one earlier when I think Blizz was in chat, who works on the dev team for TFT, and I was like, okay, all I need here is a cloak and a cloak and a sword. Oh, I said a cloak and a Zeke's. I need a sword for a Zeke's, and I rerolled once and I got cloak Zeke's, like the full item Zeke's. I was like, it's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get some pretty cool stuff. So that is just an amazing change to the game.
Yeah, I love the reroll stuff, like the fact that you can reroll these like Same thing with like the one free augment refresh.
Oh, yep.
I love that
like,
they put that in. I think that's something I've been like not necessarily asking for, but kind of like thinking about. Like, okay, can we please get like some kind of augment refresh, please? And that helps eliminate. I love it because it just eliminates a low roll case. Which
and it's like it's a way of eliminating variance that also makes the game feel better to play. You know, for anybody that's playing the game.
Yep.
It's like, like people will say like, you know, you have to have variance in the game to make the game fun, but like that's not the only thing that makes the game fun, right? And being able to like
that just makes the
not
game
get
less
completely
fun in the
screwed
worst
over.
Yeah.
It's just like that's one of the greatest feelings. It's like, oh my god, none of these augments do anything for me right now. Like, you know, set 6, there are plenty of times where that's just like the case, right? It's like legit. It's like last round you get 3 prismatics and they're all completely useless for your comp, and you're like,
unless you're just like a turbo asshole who's following someone else's game and they get about Augment, you're like, oh my god, yes. Or like they get like drop cloak off, and you're like, oh yes, it's time. Right? Like then this is bad for those people, but those people don't.
Hey,
people don't need
cloak is a declaw for my Leona.
True. It's a declaw for your dragon that you now can feed to your legend for infinite stats.
Yeah. And there have been various item changes as well throughout the set, or throughout the 6.5 into PBE. But most of the items still do basically the exact same thing. You know, there have been nerfs. I think there have been like nerfs more than anything in terms of like item damage and like, you know, how strong units can be. But in general, like if you know the items in 6.5, you know the items in set 7. Actually the treasure dragon lines up nicely with our first question here, which is, what's your favorite new feature that's been added to the set? Because mine is definitely treasure dragon. Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
Mine is also treasure dragon, or just like just the reroll button. Reroll on not only shops.
Yes,
is huge.
Agreed.
More excuses to press D.
Actually, I don't. Is it a link to D, like the hotkey? I've only used the button for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it works or not.
I don't either.
I imagine
I haven't played yet, so who knows? We'll try it. Yeah.
The other question, which I think is good to address in general with the PBE, was it was a ways back, and it was, what do you think will be buffed / nerfed by the end of PBE? And you should expect everything to get buffed. This is why it's not productive to complain. So you can like, quote unquote, complain, as in like you can give feedback, say like this unit's too weak, this unit's too strong, right? But if you go, you know, if you add more things when you say like, hey man, kill yourself because this unit is not good and I'm mad. Like, it's PBE. You should expect nothing on PBE to be the same coming out of PBE. Like, you should have that expectation. So this is why it's like, this is why day one PBE, you don't try to, you don't say like, oh my god, this unit's like super broken, I'm just gonna play this every game, and then when it goes live, I'm going to be the best player in the world. But take Xayah, for example. Xayah was very broken day one, right?
She was bugged. She was doing like 20 times her damage output.
And so there were a bunch of people just like slamming Xayah games over and over and over again. And she immediately got bug fixed to not be super broken. She's kind of broken with Revel Spat. That'll be changed.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Whisper Spat. Like, she's going to, and you know, it's going to be changed. So if you take day one of PBE and you're like, okay, the Xayah is broken, I'm going to become the best Xayah player in the world and beat everyone when it goes live. You will immediately be hit by the, oh shit, they nerfed her the next day. No matter what unit it is, no matter what it is, like, they will not let that go by, right? So, or you know, let's say you're playing like Elise every game because you think she's bad and you think that, oh, if I play Elise every game, then I'm the only person who plays Elise, I can have her every game. They will buff a unit that's bad by the end of the PvE cycle. So, it's good to learn this, to learn the units and like have fun with the set and like learn the set mechanics and to learn relatively what the units do, how they function. But you should expect everything to be different than it is now. And some things will not be different, right? Some units probably won't change, but you should expect every unit to change because it's PBE and that we're playing on PBE for the sole reason to change things. So
we're just don't complain. Testers. You know, we're
give
here
feedback,
to give
but don't yell at people, basically. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that was a pretty productive episode. Anything else on any other thoughts on PvE before we close it up here?
No thoughts, only Talon.
Has anybody discovered the hidden Rammus? Is Rammus
Not
in the
yet.
game?
I have a feeling it's when you 3-star every actual unit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You have to
But,
3-star
like,
ASOL though.
The thing is, I've gotten to the point where I've actually 3-starred every actual unit except for ASOL, but ASOL doesn't even show up in my shops on the 5th one. And I'm like, this is what? How?
Yeah.
I was like level 9 rolling for ASOL, got my 5th shop, got nothing, and we're like,
Yeah.
because I was expecting like 3 ASOLs, 3 ASOLs every shop, but kind of weird, champ.
You know what I'm down for it to be, actually? There's an augment that lets you play every dragon. I'm down for it to be that if you find a way to put all the dragons on it lets you play more than one dragon at a time. I'm down for if you get that augment, plus you have enough fonts to play every dragon at once.
Yeah.
They just,
and then they auto combine into huge ass Rammus.
I'm down for that to be what happens. Yeah. That's the dream. Set 7 is sick so far. Try out PvE if you can. It's a little buggy in terms of like getting into the game and stuff right now, but
log in now. If you end up in queue, you're gonna be stuck in there for several hours. I'm just not even gonna try,
honestly.
So if you do want to play, do it preemptively.
Yeah, if you're trying to play after work, log in before work, and then let that thing sit. But yeah, sweet. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening or watching. I've been SpicyAppies. Both RamKevs have been both RamKevs.
Been
join the Discord server.
Dragons.
Yeah, join it.
Support us on Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
Fun little Easter egg in the Discord server. I added the "Hi, I'm RamKev" role and gave it to both me and RamKev.
Okay.
I'm hearing that maybe we have some patrons to shout out as well. I need to be on. I'm gonna look this up real quick to make sure, because Cloud. It seems that Cloud is a patron. So let me see if we have a list of those.
They have the Discord server roles.
Thank you to our.
They do. Okay.
Thank you to our patrons.
Okay. Yeah, we have Cloud and Happy Paladin, who are our Patreon supporters right now. Thank you very much.
Cowboys of 5XSBS.
Yes.
Who is currently offline, so we can actually see the reply.
Thank you so much, though. We will get better about that so that we don't partake of that moving forward. We're still trying to get used to the whole Patreon thing, but super appreciate all the support as always. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and like and subscribe on YouTube, and like and subscribe on Twitter, and like and subscribe on Twitch, and like and subscribe on
TikTok,
whatever. TikTok. We don't have a TikTok yet.
I
Riley
do.
does,
You
though.
do.
Go like
you
subscribe to Riley's TikTok.
Appies technically has a TikTok.
I technically have one that I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with.
Isn't there exactly one video on it?
Yeah, there
or something like that. I think
I have never opened up TikTok in my entire life.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I can't. I legitimately probably would actually waste too much time.
Oh, it's so bad. I already waste way too much time too, though. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way. There's actually no way. It's not happening.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you so much. Make sure to do all that, and catch you next week. Oh, also, there's a tournament on next Tuesday night. It's PvE Clash, which one of us may or may not be involved with. So watch that tournament. You can look up the announcements.
Whoach.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that next week and just PvE stuff in general. So have a good night. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Pot friend. Oh, right. Pot friend. My bad.